Mr. Brown?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and Mr. Sesi. Thank you also for coming tonight. I think it sends a very positive signal that you're willing to be here and to be a part of the community and meet residents of the community and meet those of us that are on council. As you made reference to, there have been some issues in some of the system conversions that we've seen going on in our community. My question is that I've received literature stating that there are additional phase-ins of digital conversion coming over the next couple of months. I believe there's one scheduled for the month of March and then a few thereafter. What assurances can you give us that we will not face the same difficulties that we experienced during the February conversion?
Sure. So based on the February conversion, in which we had significant equipment failure at our main distribution facility head end, we have since been working diligently to minimize that. The equipment that actually failed at the head end, as we call it, has been replaced, and we've even ordered additional replacement pieces and parts if the brand new equipment that is in there fails again. The equipment that we did have the issue with was approximately 8 to 10 years old, and the disruption that we caused by migrating over to the conversion piece knocked that equipment out of sorts. We've also taken the steps to, over the last couple of weeks, we brought in additional resources from our Southeast Michigan folks and have several technicians in the area that just headed home on Friday. We're going to duplicate that again if there are disruptions or if we need to get out to homes more. We're bringing in additional resources. Further, we're doing extensive testing behind the scenes to minimize that disruption to you and your families. Again, when this next phase occurs, and part of the reason this is going on is in almost 40% of the markets we service today, customers do not have access to video on demand services, not just pay-per-view, but basic video on demand services. As soon as we get through this next phase of the conversion, we're going to push that out to the entire viewing audience as well, and then begin to launch the additional HD channels at the beginning of April. We'll launch 20 or 22 channels by the end of April on the HD side. But to go back to your original question on minimizing that, we will be much more prepared based on what we learned from the last experience to negate that and hopefully have it under control much better than what we did last time.
I thank you for that answer. And just to follow up very briefly, are there any other infrastructure improvements or enhancements that your company is planning that might impact other services such as broadband service or telephone service?
So a lot of the work that we've been doing externally on the physical plant, not behind the scenes, has been with our what we call backup battery supplies or node supplies in the former Broad Stripe region. What this means to you is if there was a commercial power failure down away from your home, but you still have power, what we've been replacing and upgrading are the neglected power supplies that have been up on the field. So it may disrupt a little bit, but what it means is if there is a commercial power supply, you still have power, you now can run for 6 to 8 hours based off of the replacements we're doing in the field. The level of the batteries, for example, in the system itself were so neglected that our technicians wear full face shields, which is part of OSHA as it is, to get out there. But when they open these trays up, the batteries are so swelled they haven't been replaced in a dozen years. We've actually upgraded that to the most system that is out there today. And it allows our network operations center in Naperville, Illinois now to see an outage occur before you might not even recognize it at your home, and we can get out there much faster, but it also provides reliable service. So to answer your question, some of that may be minor disruption that occurs overnight, but when we get into our physical rebuild where we're knocking on doors and we're doing some tree trimming and we're going through this whole process, what we do is we actually walk through and tag your door, let you know we're coming, there's mailing sent, and we try to minimize that. We're starting in South Line and Green Oak Township this month and working our way through the entire system. So some of that upgrade work would be disrupted, but it will not be what we experienced in February.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I yield to any other question.